See if that works. Yep, 2 holes on my tripod. At the right angle, and it'll open up nicely. Now the other leg we're going to do identical to this leg. Okay, this is the other outer leg. It gets drilled on the inside, marked it 1.5 inches down. You want to drill in the center. Not too hard to figure out. And you want to drill it at that 30-degree angle. Okay, let's file off our burrs. Well, there it is, bolted together, and you have the tripod. So let's see what we've got. I'm going to put in the upper support, which is the key to this whole thing, to strengthen it up. The legs can't come out and they can't go back with the center support. You'll see how that works. Alright, now I'm ready to put in my support bar, the upper support bar. I measured the center leg, this center leg right here, 5 feet to each other leg. Again, I'm using my tree. So I set it up in the tree where it's 5 feet from each leg. So it makes a nice tripod and it's stable. So let's do this center support piece, which is a real ingenious part. So I put this in here and put 3 bolts, and I can hang the swing from it. I can put an eye bolt and hang something in the center, that type of thing. You can cut it real short and just make it this big and put an eye bolt, only that large, if you want to. I know our 3-year-old won't be climbing up here, so I'm not worried about her getting caught up on anything in the upper part of this, and we supervise her quite well. So the first step is, this is a leftover piece that's cut down to about 18 inches. First step is to mark with the red marker a little center dot, so I can line that up with the center of this center post here. Then I'm going to drill these 2 first, because they're very stable laying here. And lastly, I'll drill the center post into the support, the upper support. I'm going to set this up in here nice and tight and center that X. And I also don't want it tilting either way. So I need to eyeball it with the world's most accurate measuring machine, my eye. And that seems to be pretty good. Let's measure it. Yeah, about 10, a little over. That seems just about right. Okay, I'm going to mark it and drill my first hole, and then I can bend it up in there snug and drill the second hole, and lastly the third hole. And I think if I drill right here, that'll be centered. And I just want to mark this one so I can line it up, see if it lines up well. Little dot. There we go. So let's punch it and drill it. I'm going to drill all the way through this piece, and then I'm going to line it back up in here and drill into this piece. There. That looks really good. Get our punch in there and make my mark. Let's see where we are. Okay, drilled that straight through. Got the bolt and nut in. And now it's this piece. So you're going to come up here, you know, where the pipe's solid on this pipe. And you're going to get centered from this angle, and you're going to drill that way, straight through. Okay, so let's get our punch. Set it up like a drill bit. And you can see each pipe is touching each other right here. So you want to get above that in a straight line. And you want to get at that angle to go right through both pipes, centered. Got a nice starter hole. And I'm going to try to keep her nice and centered. See how I'm in line with it at this angle. Get rid of that string. Right at this angle to go through both pipes. And I'm trying to keep the drill straight, not bent in any direction other than this angle. There we go. Now we're down to the last hole. I just went through these two pieces. Okay, she's all together now with my hangers for the swing, an eye bolt to hang something from, or a swing, whatever, trapeze bar, something. Now I'm going to take it apart to take it inside because this is a little bulky. To do that, I only undo this center bolt here, and this whole piece folds around to the other side and it folds flat and I can carry it inside. To put it back together, I just put in one bolt. Okay, it helps also to loosen up the other two bolts, just so there's a little free play to get that bolt out of here. You simply bend this over and keep going, and she folds right up like that. If you wanted to take her apart, of course you could take out the top center bolt and you could take it all apart and just fold it up, kinda. When it's inside, simply fold that leg back around, put the bolt back in, remember the locking washer, and tighten all three bolts up. Actually, it's a good idea to check all the bolts on the entire swing set. That way, you know, everything's tight and safe. As you may have noticed at the hardware store, I bought this rubber to cover the tubes, and I also put white little caps on the bottom. You could put black or brown or purple. It's very good to be able to configure this into the smallest of areas in the house, and it looks kind of attractive. Go try it. Show Jerry how to do it.
Oh, no, Santa Claus. Don't go up there, Santa Claus. I warn you. Stay back there.